Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the product review series. And today we'll be reviewing the Arrtx 90 acrylic marker set. Now, they have sent me different versions before of this specific marker, for this kind of marker. First, they sent me the 60 anime, or it's marketed as the anime set, 60 markers. And then they sent me the 48 version as well, and now they did send me the 90. I think this is their biggest version or biggest set. It's actually quite similar in terms of it's the same marker, but in regards to like the box, it's pretty similar to the 60 anime set, where the pens or markers are sort of positioned from top to bottom or vertically. I think the issue with the 48 color set was because it's sort of laid flat, the ink or the paint within the markers, it sort of stagnates that way. So when you try painting with it, it's not going to flow as easy. So what you want actually is to, this was also given to me as advice by one of the representatives of Arrtx, is to let the tip of the pen sort of lay vertically for at least like a day, and then the ink or paint is gonna flow a bit more. Now, thankfully for both the 60 color set and this 90 color set, the box itself is organized or made in such a way that the markers are laid or set in that very position. So that's kind of a good thing, I guess, just because it's very convenient. Now, for this specific set, I did not choose to add the stickers because they do give you like number stickers to add in to the markers. Although I did mention, I guess, in the previous product review, the 48 color set, this was mentioned to me also by Arrtx, is in their upcoming like new batch of markers, they're gonna be adding the numbers, just because it's a common issue that people have. Is the markers are great, but it's just like, why do we need to like add the sticker numbers to the actual markers? Why not just let it be printed out? So maybe in the new batch they're gonna make that update, but for now this is kind of the way things are. By the way, you don't have to do this, but because for me, 90 markers, I've done this for the 60 color set, the 48 color set is just it's too much. And I was watching their product review of another art channel, and she mentioned, I think it was like Nips or Onip something, and she mentioned how she lost energy after adding the stickers, and that's how I felt too with the past two marker sets. Like the whole adding the stickers thing is just not for me. So I did skip that part, but I know some of you love that, and you just love, I don't know. Anyway, so when it comes to the actual markers, this 90 acrylic marker set, they did include like a bunny. They gave me like a bunny sort of statue. It's like it's a model, a statue, but you're supposed to actually, like, it's designed to hold coins. So it's like a piggy bank. Well, in this case, a bunny bank, where you can like add coins, I think. And I think you're supposed to paint it. They did give me this because they have like an Easter event. I'm actually kind of late, so if you're Arrtx, I know you gave me a deadline to do this video, but I'm sorry. But I think we still have time, or you still have time to participate in this sort of competition. So if you buy something from Arrtx, I do recommend, if you're ever going to buy something from Arrtx, buy it from Amazon, because that's how they judge. It's just going to be easier for them. And then just follow the instructions below to sort of participate. And because you can submit like the number you have, the purchase number you have, and then they'll take that in one of their posts. So you can participate in some freebies or something. So I will link all of the instructions in the description below, including all of the Amazon links as well, so you can buy whatever you want to buy. So yeah, and actually for this specific set, they actually have the gold and silver. Now I think I tried the silver a little bit, but I did definitely try the gold by accident. I thought it was like yellow or something, or brown. but it turns out it has a gold, like metallic sort of paint. I know there's like a like it's a common thing, especially for like calligraphy people, to have markers that come in gold or silver. So I'm glad they actually did not, like, I did not know that they would include those kinds of paints for this specific set. Although I did try, they did also send me the Simp Tap set. It's a different kind of marker. It's also an acrylic marker, but it has like a bigger tip. I think it holds a little more ink, and it has like a button to press. I did have the gold. I'm not sure if I had the silver in that one, but I did try out the gold sort of paint for that set. So I was very glad when I found out that they had this sort of metallic colors as well. So just some notes here, because I have some notes here on my side. Yeah, I did use a normal sketchbook for this specific session or this experimentation. Excuse me, I have some coffee here. Because in the past product reviews concerning Arrtx, I did mainly use the sketchbook they provided. It's like a mixed media sketchbook. The paper is a lot thicker, so it can hold a lot more like paint. It's kind of multimedia supportive or mixed media supportive, but it does have a rougher texture. But in this case, I decided to go for a simple sketchbook that I had lying around. Like, it's just designed to hold like pencil or pen, and it's kind of like thin. So it's not designed to hold like watercolors, markers, and stuff like that. But the thing is, what's cool about acrylic markers is that they don't really bleed like alcohol-based markers. So when you paint or color with these acrylic markers, they kind of stay on top of the paper. But to be clear, the more you add layers with these acrylic markers, it's gonna warp the paper eventually, although it's very not as noticeable, but it will happen the more you add. So my recommendation would be this. 2 to 3, you can do more obviously, but just to be safe, obviously, experiment this or try this out with your own sketchbook, but 2 to 3, maybe even 4 layers is enough. But I would recommend 2 to 3. 2 to 3 layers of paint is good for a sketchbook, a notebook, or a paper that's not designed for like mixed media types of mediums. And I think that's what sort of gives it an edge, is you don't have to worry about the bleeding part, because it's kind of sad where, because you want to maybe take out a basic like print paper out and you want to sketch something, but if you try it or do it with, or if you color it with like alcohol-based markers or even water-based markers, where it gives you that watercolor kind of feel, it just bleeds too much, and it eventually sort of breaks the paper. So that kind of sucks. But with acrylic markers, it has the advantage of just sort of staying on top. So I do like that sort of feature, I guess. I'm not sure if that was the intention, but it's just one of those nice bonuses. It's a little more flexible in that regard. And yeah, the when it comes to the actual paper warps, it's very minimal if you just stay within the 2 to 3 layers, maybe even 4 a range. That's just my sort of recommendation. When it comes to my actual techniques using these markers, I have tried using a bunch of complementary sort of methods. I think before, my first time using these markers, I did try sketching with pencil first, and then I would add or paint with acrylic marker. And then for a different set, I tried drawing with a ballpoint pen, but in this case, or in that case, it was kind of loose, very sort of just almost gestural. My strokes were very gestural, like you could not even understand what I was drawing, but it's more of like a base just to start things out. And then I did paint over it and define things a lot more with the acrylic marker, because for acrylic markers, it is going to be a lot more opaque, so you can paint over mistakes or paint over previous strokes, so you can sculpt things a lot better in that regard. And you can do it from dark to light instead of, because when you're limited to like alcohol based markers or other water based markers or watercolors, you have to do it via like light to dark, so it can be sort of limiting in that way. But with opaque markers, or in this case acrylic markers, you can go from dark to light just because it has a lot more of that opaqueness. And I think the product review before this one, I did try drawing with a brush pen, with I think a Sigma, not Sigma, Pigma brush pen, and then I painted on top of that with, the, what is it? Yeah, the 48 color marker set, acrylic marker set. And now I did try something different, where I started drawing, or I drew with a ballpoint pen, but in this case, it was not like it loose. I did spend a little more time being a bit more constructive with the drawings, meaning it looks a little more tight than, say, a gestural sort of sketch. And then I painted on top of that with these, like this 90 set acrylic marker set. And then once I colored the bases, or the base color, and some like shadows with the markers, I did go on top of those with the same ballpoint pen again. Now you can use like color pencils, other kinds of gel pens, markers, maybe even like some gouache, or you can combine these with watercolors. But for me, I do have like a limited set of tools here, so I did just try to limit myself to using this ballpoint pen. And I think the choice of going back, like after adding the colors with acrylic markers, going back to those drawings or paintings with the ballpoint pen to redefine those like edges, add a bit of shading or hatching even, I think it's a good look. And so this gave me like, you want to try to just not be, just don't think that you have to color only or paint only with these acrylic markers, because I do see a lot of product reviews. I mean, it's nice that you can do it that way, where you just limit yourself to this one set, but I think it's a lot more valuable I think it can be more useful than just like it's a little more flexible. That's my point. Like, you don't have to just stick to using this specific set alone without any other kinds of mediums, because I know another artist who uses acrylic markers, but she draws on top of it with some oil pastels. I forgot her channel name. It's Gel something. Hopefully I'm remembering her name, but color pencil, oil pastel, sometimes even like other kinds of markers. And I think that can actually bring out the vivid colors which do come from these types of acrylic markers. And it actually balances out, because if all of your strokes are just from these acrylic markers, it can become a little too monotonous. So if you add just one more element, for me it was simply the ballpoint pen. I think it's like a standard basic big ballpoint pen. I think it made my illustration, my quick sort of studies illustrations, a lot better. So I do recommend having these acrylic markers. Now they do have a bunch of sets. They have like, they've given me the 48 set, the 60 set, and in this case it's their biggest one, I believe, the 90 color set. So what's cool about obviously with this set, you have so many options. Like, if you want a shade in between two shades, chances are you're gonna find that with this 90 acrylic marker set, just because there's so many. Now I'm not sure if they're gonna bump up these markers in terms of numbers in the future with their new like product sets. So we'll see, but as for now, I think the 90 color set is pretty legit. And it's pretty, like, you can use this for anything. It has like earth tones, more pastel colors. It has like really bright or really rich, vivid colors. In the case for this set of drawings or paintings I did, I avoided using more of the vivid colors just because I was afraid of them, and I wanted to be a bit more held back, and just I wanted to be more on the safer side, just because I had not done this kind of approach before, where I would draw tightly with the ballpoint pen and then draw within those limitations, or within those like structured drawings with the acrylic markers, and then drawing on top of that. This is a totally new process for me, so I was very glad that I was that I did this. Obviously, it's nice to have like a set of acrylic markers, 90 pieces or markers, but it just gave me the opportunity to go back to drawing and doing stuff traditionally. And I think I learned so much from this experience. So I'm very glad this happened, just because it's been so long since I've drawn on paper, and not just loosely. I did have some references here. I did try to make sure to spend a little more time with my drawings, and you'll notice in the video sort of displayed in the background that I did not color everything, just because I don't think you should color everything, because when you're in your sketchbook, I think you want to go with the flow in terms of how the sketch is going. If the sketch is good with just say the pencil, or in this case the ballpoint pen, then for me I just decided I'll just stop there. Now, if I have like drawings, with the ballpoint pen that just maybe they just lack a little bit of something, then I may try adding in different or other mediums to sort of see where I can improve it a bit more. You could try other kinds of markers, watercolors, color pencils, other kinds of pens, brush pens. But in this case, I did have the opportunity to use the acrylic markers by Arrtx, and I think it was a good experience. I did like it. The colors did come out really bright and vivid. Not all of them, because I wanted like one major spot to have like one color to stand out the most, and then everything else sort of just is behind that, just because I don't want it to be like a rainbow kind of illustration where all the colors are just in that thing. So yeah, so hopefully you can see, or hopefully you can see like me painting on top of these ballpoint sketches, and notice how you can be a bit more accurate with it. And I think this is also something that's because I haven't really done it as much, being accurate in my previous product reviews, working with acrylic markers, because I did want to go more on, because I'm more of a painterly impressionistic kind of person, so I did default to using that side of me. But in this case, since I had like a proper set of drawings to work with, I was a little more demure or more careful with where I put the strokes. So I wasn't like making things up as I went. So I had to color within the lines that I've already drawn, and I did have fun. And I think when you have these markers, it works best when, because it has like a fine tip, right? It has a brush point or a brush tip, so you can use the side of it for more thicker strokes, the tip of it for more thinner strokes. So it gives you that flexibility. So that's pretty cool. But I think, given that because of its size, it's kind of thin, I think it's better for like small sketches. If you want like bigger drawings or illustrations, I do recommend the Simp Tap instead, because they're a lot bigger. I think they hold a lot more paint, and the brush tip is also a lot larger, so it gives you a lot more range. But I think if you're just within the A4 size kind of paper, or 8 by 11 here in the US, inches, I think this type of size acrylic marker is a good size to go with, just because it sort of fits that kind of limitation, because it doesn't hold that much ink. Well, it holds quite a bit of ink, but it's not. I wouldn't recommend it for like 20 by 30 illustration boards or something like that, because it's too much. So I think you're gonna enjoy these more when you do some like thumbnail types of sketches where it's about the size of your hand. I think you're gonna enjoy these types of acrylic markers a lot. So I do recommend you check these out. You don't have to buy the 90 set. You can buy like lower numbered sets. But obviously, I'm very glad I have like a bigger set, just because more markers the better, right? And don't be afraid to try. Hopefully they still have the competition, or is it a competition? The event, the Easter event, kind of. Hopefully it's still ongoing, because, by the way, for Arrtx, my bad, I'm kind of late, sorry. So see if you can still, buy something. If you're gonna buy something anyway, why not participate in this event? Because you might get something for free, I think. If you buy from like Amazon and you post your number in one of their like dedicated posts. I think they have one on a TikTok and one on Instagram. So hopefully that's still up. So yeah, I do recommend you check that out as well. And yeah, I know I should have painted, or you're supposed to like paint the bunny, but I just could not paint the bunny. I think you did. Hopefully you did see me like draw the bunny instead with ballpoint pen. But I decided not to color that as well, just because everything was just white, and I just didn't feel like coloring the bunny. Not just the drawing itself, but the actual like model or statue, just because it looks so cute. And it's perfect the way it is. And I'm gonna be setting it somewhere on my desk. So hopefully you enjoy this product review of the 90 Arrtx color acrylic marker set by Arrtx. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Oh, by the way, I think I'm gonna talk more about the drawing and painting process in the art sessions. I was supposed to do this with the product review, or with the previous product review episode, but I failed to do that. So I'm going to be doing that first, talking about the drawings I did there, and then I'm going to talk about the drawings or sketches I did with this new set of acrylic markers. Expect that in the art session series we have here on YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.